We're going to continue on with more out of CNN and their coverage of trying to dispel this audit deal.
A lot of people, probably 20 or 30 people, every single one of them, pretty much everybody, believed that both the election was stolen and also lies about the insurrection. I mean, it is quite sad when, speaking to so many folks who have bought into this conspiracy theory about the election, which is now undermining their faith in American democracy. So many folks told us as well that they might not even trust the results of the next year's midterm elections.
Now, before we go with these interviews, you notice he said everybody. He couldn't find, normally they try to find one that goes against this whole thing, and they interview them, and that's it, and they don't tell you anything else. He's telling the truth. He found that that everybody agrees there's something up with this election. Now, he's so messed up that his caller's all messed up and disabled. Normally these guys get all perfect and ready, but I just, little things that I catch because I used to work with these guys when I was public affairs. You take these reporters out to the different things in the Marine Corps. We'd get them ready, and they would, pretend that they know what they're doing. Anyway, here you go.
Do you accept he lost the election?
I accept that on paper things happened to make it appear that way. I don't know what would have happened. I find it very questionable that he lost, given the support that he had.
Do you think what happened on January 6th was a stain on Trump's presidency?
Absolutely not, yeah. He didn't invoke any kind of violence. He didn't say anything that was that was all just honestly ridiculous. A few people acted out of millions of people that attended, or, well, I wouldn't say millions, but close to a million.
Yes, I would. I'm a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Let's just, so they keep talking, and this is one of my favorites right here.
That he is going to regain his rightful seat as president.
In 2024?
No.
When?
As soon as the election is overturned for the election fraud.
Do you guys think the election was fair?
No.
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 They tried to tell us the Tarrant County election, we went blue for the first time since 1962.
It's not called an insurrection to me. What about it was an insurrection?
They stormed the Capitol.
Who's they?
The Trump supporters, right?
I mean, I'm sorry. You don't know who those people were.
No, some Trump supporters were invited in, and there's video and there's audio that they said, come on in.
So where are they getting all that information from? Come on, where are they finding all these videos from? Are they watching it from the mainstream media? Nope, they're getting that from watching us. We are the news now. Folks are out there putting out all of this information, and no matter how many channels they try to kill, the information is coming out. And look what they put down here for CNN. Communist News Network, disturbing turn. CPAC peddles lies, conspiracies, and pushing Trump's demagoguery. CPAC peddles lies, conspiracies, disturbing turn. How about just putting interview with folks that attended CPAC, opinions from CPAC members? Nope, they have to use giant adjectives to put into the minds of the people their brainwashing techniques. And it seems like that they think it worked, because even Biden said they used the techniques.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Folks, we got a lot of work to do. I don't only need you to get me elected, I need you once I'm elected.
It's no longer just about who gets to vote or making it easier for eligible voters to vote. It's about who gets to count the vote.
Way to go, We the Media, always putting out some great video clips for us as a reminder. And really interesting because even General Flynn's message, right, a forward from Red Pill Decodes, kind of shows some stuff here that was really interesting. It just doesn't ever seem like a coincidence, right? We talk about this for those that follow Q, just a quick tidbit. Again, I tried to stay careful in covering these for those that make sense. I got excited the last video and went a little bit overboard. Many people probably thought so. But anyway, watch the Maricopa County audit hearing live at the Western Journal. Okay? Now, Real General Flynn said about this audit, it is no longer the conspiracy theory. the MSM has been lying about. When did General Flynn post this? At 1:32 p.m., which is in military time, 13:32. Well, if you go to the boards, 13:32 says, fellow patriots, what you are about to learn should not only scare you, but intensify your resolve to take back control, freedom. The information that will become public will further demonstrate the criminal and corrupt pure evil abuse of power that the Hussein administration undertook in joint efforts with domestic and foreign dignitaries. The snowball has begun rolling. There is no stopping it now. D5. D5. Conspiracy no more. It's on 1332, and he used it is no longer a conspiracy theory. At 1:32 he posted it. 1332 says conspiracy no more. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Let's hear more from Arizona.
To make sure everybody knew, which we told you as well in the very beginning, is this is not about Trump. This is not about overturning the election. This has never been about anything other than election integrity. This is the epitome of what America stands for. And if we do not have faith and confidence in our electoral process, then everything we do in life is jeopardized. There was a poll that was recently done that 45% of people in Arizona, according to that poll, believe that we have serious problems with our elections. Whether that is true or not, whether they are rumors, unfound accusations, or legitimate problems for whatever reason, as a Senate body, we felt that it was our obligation and our duty to answer our voters, our constituents, answer those questions, and either confirm what they were afraid of or thought or heard, or that we prove that those things were not true so that they could go back to the polls and they could vote with confidence knowing that their ballot is sacred. I just wanted to make sure that everybody is fully aware that all this is about is an election integrity. And are we following the rules? Are we following the procedures? Have we done everything we possibly can to make sure these are fair, clean, honest elections? If we do find anything, not us, but you as a vendor, if you do find anything of whether we can pass laws that would help ensure that we have more integrity in the future, if our procedures perhaps are lacking in some way, this is a great opportunity for us to be able to say, let's fix that, because that's what the Senate body does. We pass laws. We have accomplished this because the Constitution gives us the right to subpoena information for the purpose of passing laws. And with that information gives us the tools to be able to either tweak existing legislation or create new legislation to make sure that the sanctity is always there.
There's Senator Karen Vann. She's being very dignified there in her response and how this thing is playing out. Senator Sonny Borelli seemed to take a pretty strong stance here. Check this out.
Hopefully we'll get some answers. Going forward next, there's a lot of more items that the Senate needs that the forensic team asked for. President Vann is going to address that with the county, and hopefully they'll come to the table and we can resolve these issues. If not, they want to play hardball. Well, okay, you want to play hardball. President Vann is the diplomat. I'm the warrior. I have 3 rules when around here that I let everybody know where I stood. My rules are this. Rule number 1, when I ask for cooperation, I only ask once. Rule number 2, don't start a war with a warrior. Rule number 3, revert to number 1. We are not going to let this go. Surrender is not in our creed. We're going to stay focused. We're going to stay vigilant. We're going to stay strong, and we're going to stay motivated, and we're going to get this thing done one way or another. And I have another tool in the toolbox that I'm going to play, but I'm waiting for President Vann to do what she needs to do, and then I have a wrecking ball, and hopefully the Attorney General will help me swing it.
I have a wrecking ball, and hopefully the Attorney General will help me swing it. I was thinking when he was talking, man, he sounds a lot like a Marine. And I looked back here just now, and it looks like that's one of those plaques you receive, and it's got like the emblem of the Marine Corps right there, and it looks like there's some military plaques behind him, could be Marine Corps. I could be wrong. Most of you are going to tell me if I'm right or wrong on that. I didn't do the research, obviously, because I just saw it, but it's very faint. It does look like Marine Corps. If it is, that was definitely the way he talks. Number 1. Number 2, number 3, it's kind of how I talk to my children, you know, when you're a younger father in the Marine Corps. It's how you do things. All right, number 1, this is how you're going to clean your room. Number 2, I'm going to come back and check it. Number 3, if you do it correctly, we're going to go out and get some ice cream. Yay! If you do it wrong, well, consequences. Now, supposedly the Democrat congresswoman is getting arrested. They're tying her up, and she's the leader of this whole sham here. And the reason I say, you know, supposedly she's getting arrested is because I just don't trust these anymore. I really don't. You know, they could be putting on a show for everybody just to make you happy. Yeah, there's a bunch of guys standing around there, you know, just, you know, watching. She's just slowly being walked out, and, you know, okay, and then what happens, right? They just put this out in mainstream media, and they go, oh, look what they're doing to her. It's so terrible. Just the way I think. Please don't get mad at me if you think I'm wrong. Just give you my opinion, because Democrat Congresswoman was arrested after leading protesters in the Senate, right? So the U.S. Capitol Police on Thursday, they arrested Representative Joyce Beatty, Democrat, Ohio, during a protest at the Hart Senate office building in the Capitol. And so she appeared to celebrate her own arrest, posting photos of herself on Twitter being led away. The protest appeared to be about voting rights and demonstrating against GOP-led state legislators passing election integrity measures in recent months. Quote, I stand in solidarity with black women and allies across the country in defense of our constitutional right to vote. We have come too far and fought too hard to see everything systematically dismantled and restricted by those who wish to silence us. Be assured this is just the beginning. This is our power, our message. Let the people vote. Fight for justice. Yeah, buddy. So, some interesting things on arrests. What a pivot point right to that one, huh? Pretty cool how that fell right into place. 𝗢𝗙 codes, a great Telegram site for most of you guys. Put in the description box. I saw a lot of these 758s thrown around. Interesting, because 𝗢𝗙𝗙 𝗦𝗧𝗘 said, good luck in Guantanamo. Join our amazing Patriato Familia. We have fun during the day with funny postos, videos, and good news. And at night, before going to sleep, we even share thoughts and prayers. That was posted at 7:58. Well, interesting, because if you look at any of the timelines, you get 7:58 on February 11th, 2018. It's interesting how it's kind of weird, because a lot of people feel like Il Donaldo Trumpo might be part of a Donald Trump staff type of thing. Huh. Anyway, just interesting, right, folks? Trying to figure it all out. Doesn't mean that we have it all down perfectly, but I'm telling you, Gitmo has been very active. If you guys haven't looked at some of those channels out there that cover these flights that go in and out, I may recommend to you. They're not the most positive videos out there about what's going on, but they try to guess and say it's trafficking and all that good stuff. But, not good stuff, but I mean good stuff that they're getting arrested, because we are seeing those arrests going up. But what do they have from these drops about Gitmo? Don't care about your Senate structure, just care to know about how full Gitmo is going to be. Max capacity, said 𝗢𝗙. One other prison being prepped. Not everything can be publicly disclosed, because so much ties back to foreign heads of state. Much will be revealed. We want transparency, but not at a cost we can't recover from. In other words, folks, you don't give out all this information to the enemy so they know what's going on. Look at the bottom right there. And there he goes.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, cause you're in the town. I said, young man, cause you're in the town. There's no way to go so happy.
Young man, there's no way to go down. Anybody dancing right now? Woo! There's a lot of good stuff going on, folks. There's world protests. I'm going to show you those in a minute. And here's one of my favorite guys ever. Watched this movie. Anybody ever seen Gifted Hands? Great movie. Anyway, he had something to say.
And this is actually a good thing. A good thing that they're pushing it so hard.